Okay, I think we can start.
Okay, shall I start straight away or how?
No, I'll give an introduction, then you begin.
Okay, okay.
Yes. Hello, everyone. This is Kissy, President of GirlUpGlow, welcoming all of you to Empowerpreneurship, Navigating Entrepreneurship with Vandana Tolani. GirlUp is a global movement founded by the United Nations Foundation in 2010. We aim to empower and mobilize young girls around the world to take action and advocate for gender equality. A little introduction about our speaker. Multiple award recipient Vandana Tolani is a venture advisor with, with Loyal VC, the INSEAD-led Canadian VC Fund, having a portfolio of over 160 investments placed in more than 35 countries. She has been awarded as one of the top 10 women leaders in wealth management in 2021 and Women Entrepreneur of the Year in 2021 and 2023. Ms. Tolani started her journey with a family office in Singapore and Jakarta. She worked as an investment banker and advisor to family offices and angel investors in Jakarta, helping diverse startups from fintech to B2B to consumer startups and providing services such as fundraising to them. After 15 years, she has returned to India, and through her persistence and hard work, Convanto was founded. Convanto is now one of the most renowned boutique investment banks in India, led by an inspiring female founder. Please give our session, please give our speaker, Ms. Vandana Tolani, a hearty welcome with online applause. You may begin the session now.
Thank you so much. So firstly, nice to see your girl gang here. The entire girl gang is here. What is the age group of the girls over here?
Around the teens, so 18 to 22.
Okay, okay, great, great. And all of you are from different colleges or one college?
Different colleges.
And joining this organization. Okay, okay, great. That's great to know. It would be great if, you know, we can all have our videos on, so I can also see your faces. And I will do the PPT, and at the end of the PPT, please do ask me a lot of questions and doubts that you have, even on general things or anything related to entrepreneurship as well. Happy to answer. So before I start, I just want to first give a proper background about myself, how I started, and about essentially about myself, so you would know from where I come. I was in Singapore and Jakarta for 15 years. Here I headed my own family office fund. So essentially this is my 11th year in India. I did investments, then I went back to advisory. I'm connected with 400 plus global investors. We pick up global deals as well as Indian deals. We have helped 220 companies in 45 countries up till now. 4 to 5 VC funds with their fundraisers. Given a 350 plus talks. They are all on my website. You can also see them on YouTube. I was the top 10 women leaders in wealth management. My brand Convanto comes under the top 10 women entrepreneur brands along with Nika. Convanto is also the top 10 consulting firms in India, led by a female founder. I was also awarded as the Woman Entrepreneur of the Year 2021 and 2023. World Women Congress awarded me to be a global woman leader. Apart from this, I've been covered up in Times of India as 15 dynamic entrepreneurs of 2023. Hindustan Times covered me up on National Startup Day. Apart from which, Gurgaon Times has covered my entire journey as well. And recently, Hema Malini ji, the Bollywood actress, has awarded me to be one of the leading investment banks in India, led by a female founder. Um, in India, my journey started around 11 years back. So the full form of Convanto is Consultant Vandana Tolani, because many people would say, "अरे ये तो consultant है," you know, or she is just some consultant. So just to give back to that, we made this name, and now Convanto has reached the skies in a journey of 11 years. Now, the topic for today is related to entrepreneurship skills. Now, any of you who want to pursue entrepreneurship, this could be a good session for you. And post this, I would really request you to ask questions, clear your doubts, and then only we'll be able to break the barriers and reach the skies. I'll just share my screen. Let me know when my screen is visible.
Yes, it's visible.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Now let's make it a interactive session, and I will ask you some questions. You will ask me some questions. So we have given this name Rise to Shine, Empowering Women's Entrepreneurial Journey. This is my background, and this is my company's background, and this is what we're going to discuss today. Now, uh, when we say what are entrepreneur skills, what comes in your mind essentially? Sorry. When we say entrepreneur skills, what comes in your mind? Anybody can answer.
Leadership skills.
Leadership skills. What else?
Management skills.
Management skills. What are the other skills?
Sakshi has written the ability to take risks.
Yes, the very important and first thing in an entrepreneur uh, skills is the ability to take risks. It's very, very important. What happens is that there is this thing that we are taught at home is pink is for girls, blue is for boys. I've also made the slide pink, by the way. So, we have this thing as well, and then we make dolls for girls, soccer for boys, and we have made kitchen for girls, and maybe the outside work for boys. So it usually doesn't work like that. One needs to be treated equally from from our homes itself for us to clear this barrier of gender equality, and be able to do everything. Now, entrepreneur skills are a set of abilities and traits that enables individuals to identify opportunities and innovative opportunities essentially, and take risks and create value. Uh, now, risk also doesn't mean that you have to jump off the cliff or anything, but taking risk means having the courage to take a plunge and then see if that thing is working out. And if it does, then you have already gone ahead. Creativity, think outside the box to solve problems and generate new ideas. Like what happens is that from childhood, we are conditioned to do things in a certain way, to follow certain patterns, due to which sometimes we are unable to think out of the box because of the conditioning done in our homes, schools, colleges, and furthermore, and once we are able to think a little bit outside the box, then the creativity happens. Resilience is to bounce back from setbacks and learn from failures. Now, it's very important to have this trait, which is called resilience, because failure will come to you. It's not that failure that won't come to you, and you have to accept failure as a gift from the God and then take a plunge again and move ahead, because failing is a kind of a stepping stone, to greatness. I have failed many times as well. Um, Not only that, I each time learned from my setbacks how to pull back myself and move ahead. That is when you learn this trait of having resilience. And if only if you make mistakes, then only you will be able to learn how to fix them. So it's very very normal to make a mistake, it's normal to have failures, uh, but one must be able to accept them and move on. Now, adaptability, embrace change and pivot when necessary. You should be able to analyze situations and make informed decisions and assess risks. Communication, effectively convey ideas, pitch and negotiate. Now, what happens is that sometimes we are not flexible. We don't want to change. Maybe some of our business that we have started is not working for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, but we are still putting in money into it and burning our money. Now, what happens is this is like a stubborn behavior. That means that you are not ready for change, essentially, and you don't want to pivot. So, because you're not able to pivot, you're not able to analyze situations and make informed decisions. Communication, effectively convey ideas, and pitch yourself properly and negotiate. Now, what happens is the key to everything. If you are an entrepreneur, you have to sell yourself, your brand, yourself to everybody. Now, if you don't have the right communication skills, you won't be able to, sell anything for that matter, whether it's your product or anybody else's product. So it's very, very important to have the right set of communication skills and not be afraid to ask questions, not be afraid to communicate. Now, why are entrepreneur skills important? Can anybody tell me why are entrepreneur skills important? Why is it necessary to have these skills?
To be successful in the market.
To be successful in the market, what else? See, I'll tell you, when COVID hit us, many of the CEOs of big companies, CFOs lost their jobs. But they didn't have that entrepreneurial skills, or maybe they had the skills, but they had forgotten the skills that they had. So, sometimes it's necessary to switch from that mode of, uh, you know, you have a switch button. Like, we need to be able to switch very easily. And it's important because at any point, anything can happen. Job security is important, job is important, job pays us, I'm not saying that, but the thing is, if you have entrepreneurial skills also today, if you want to uh, drop off from anywhere, you want to drop off, say, from your job, or your boss essentially throws you out of the job, or you are not comfortable, or you feel boxed in inside the job, that you don't want to be under somebody, you just want to be on your own. So for me, I developed these skills because I realized that I don't want to be under somebody. I want to do something on my own. Not only that, I wanted more flexibility, because when I came to India, I had two little kids, and there was a lot of work that gets involved with having two kids. So I didn't actually want to leave them for 9 hours, um, you know, uh, going for a job and they are left alone. Because of that, I chose entrepreneur skills or entrepreneurship, because I wanted to be around them, one of the reason. The other was I wanted to choose my own flexible time. Not only that, in a job, we are just so boxed in with that job, the office, that entire department. This is what I have learned. When you're an entrepreneur, you get to learn a lot of things. You go to networking events, you learn something new. You go to a pitching event, you learn something new. Then you get to know that people are doing so many different things and skills that you also want to pursue those skills. Now, let's see what I've jotted down. Entrepreneur skills serve as the compass guiding women to achieve their dreams and lead with unwavering confidence. Now, maybe some of you have skills to make some handicrafts. You know, I have this um, handicraft in my hand, which was gifted to me by somebody. This girl makes it on her own, essentially, and she sells it. It's a swing with a little Lord Krishna on it. And first, when she started making, her father did not believe her. But when she started getting orders from temples, from the ISKCONs of the world, from people, people were using this as gifting items, etc. The father when started helping her, and he used to help her procure the material for the same. So essentially, it's a skill, uh, and which she pursued while studying as well. Gain independence and control over your career path. Like I said, that you empower yourself because you are in control of yourself. Nobody is in control of you. You make a positive impact by addressing social challenges, opportunities. You create new ventures and shape industries. There could be 10, 12 people working under you. Drive innovation and technological advancements, personal growth. You develop confidence, you develop leadership skills, you develop problem solving skills, because every day for an entrepreneur is a different day. They have to solve something different and something new, and it is like every day is not like a bed of roses for an entrepreneur, and every day is also not a bad day. So I think this is very, very essential to have these skills, learn valuable lessons through hands-on experience. Now what happens is that in our schools, colleges, and educational institutions, we are filled in with academic knowledge, but we are not taught hands-on things. So what happens is, because we lack experience, we only have the academic knowledge and we don't have the hands-on experience, we are unable to pursue certain things. It's very, very important from a very early age to pursue some skill or the other, whether do an internship with somebody, whether do something related to, you can actually, you can also start doing something on your own by just developing a website and creating an Insta page. The other day, I went to Kamla Nehru College, and the students were really presenting themselves well, and they had, made a lot of things from sustainable, um, which sustainable products which they were selling, and it was really amazing to see the kind of things that they had developed. There was this particular group of girls. They were replacing leather with cactus, and through this cactus plant they were making leather bags. So it was quite amazing the way they had researched about everything and the way they were doing things. Some of them were already earning well, and already making a 12 lakh per year. uh, some had already made in 3 months 50 to 60,000. So it was a good experience for me that already young entrepreneurs are coming up. Now, how to develop these skills? This is another question that might come into your mind. How to develop these skills? Who can answer me that, you know, what comes in your mind when you think of how, like, you might be wanting to become an entrepreneur, but you don't know how to develop these skills? or the mindset for it. So here's what I've jotted here. Developing skills is a continuous process. Now, it's not that because I have become successful and I am doing so much that I don't need to learn more skills. It's a continuous thing for me. I learn every day from young entrepreneurs, from old entrepreneurs, from uh, people who are already into this journey. Now, developing skills is a continuous process. Here's how we can do that. We learn continuously uh, because staying curious and we seek knowledge through books, courses, and mentors. Now, if we don't have a curious mindset, we don't want to ask questions, we are not feeling courageous to go and speak to somebody. So, in that case, we will not get the answer. Not only that, we will not get any help also. You know, all these big networking groups, they go to each other and ask for help. They are all really older than me also at times, and they are just asking help. They are very curious to learn. So from a young age, if that curious mindset is not in you, like there's a book called Start With Why. Please do read this book, because in this book you will have get the knowledge to ask a question every time to somebody and gain some knowledge. Attend workshops, seminars, and of course networking events. Take initiatives. Start small projects or initiatives to practice entrepreneurship, like I said before. Volunteer or intern at startups to gain practical experience. And then build a support system. There are many colleges like Masters Union and a few others who have entrepreneurship skill cells. In fact, today evening I'm going to judge pitches for undergraduates in Masters Union, because they only teach them how to build a startup and how to start earning at that age. I have seen in all colleges they have this entrepreneurship cell. Build a support system, develop confidence, leadership, problem solving abilities, learn valuable lessons through hands on experiences. Now, what do you mean by build a support system? From now on, you you know you can pick friends from college who are skillful or who have complementary skills than you, and you can actually complement each other and start your journey. Now, what happens is that essentially at our homes and our colleges, we don't help each other recognize our skills. uh, I have seldom seen somebody, at home or at a college or at a workplace, that you go to somebody and say, hey, um, Harshita, or hey, Rekha, you have this skill. Can you pursue it? um, you know and sometimes we ourselves don't know our skills, that what is our skill, we don't know. Somebody tells us, then we recognize, oh yeah, I can do this really well. Until then, that that mind doesn't click, that oh, this is what is the skill that I have. So it's from very early, help each other. Even if you cannot identify a skill, you go and identify somebody else's skill and say, hey, you have this skill, I think you should pursue. So that will, each other will help you to develop skills, different skills. Having skills for all the girls is very important. If you don't have even one skill, at some point of life, what's going to happen is that when you need to be on your own, you'll not be able to stand up because you will not have any skill. Learn valuable lessons through hands-on experience. Like I always said, that until you have hands-on experience with somebody, you will not have any lessons. And it's not that everything is a rocket science, and it's not that I'm successful, so I've learned everything from my mother's stomach and come out like, oh, boom, I'm a star. Nothing like that. It takes a long journey to learn a lot of things and experience a lot of things things based on which we get to know ourselves and the people around us. Now, this is my special note for aspiring women, and that as we conclude our discussion, it's essential to recognize that entrepreneurship is not merely a journey of business ventures, but a transformative path for self discovery and empowerment. So, you empower yourself. Each of you possess the resilience, creativity, and determination to carve your unique path in the entrepreneurial world. Remember, every setback is an opportunity for growth, and every challenge is a chance to showcase your strengths. As you embark on the entrepreneurial journey, embrace the unknown with courage, knowing that every step you are shaping a future where your dreams and aspirations become reality. Together, let's empower one another to break barriers, shatter stereotypes, and create a world where women thrive as leaders and innovators. Let's celebrate the power of women supporting women, showing unwavering support. Now, here, when I say women supporting women, means uh, women should open doors for other women. Like, how men open doors for other men? It's the same way. Showing unwavering support and empowering each other to reach new heights. And above all, let's remember to stay resilient yet kind, for it's through our kindness that we truly shine the brightest. This is one note for you. And now I have some book recommendations. Now let's see what are the book recommendations. Now, the first one is The Power of the Subconscious Mind. Why I chose this book is that everything that you are today or you are going to become is through the thoughts that you create in your subconscious mind. So, for example, if you are walking by and you think of a yellow butterfly, and suddenly you see a yellow butterfly, how did you see that? It is because you have attracted that through your own thought, and hence the universe you know showed you that this is the power of your subconscious mind. Another example is that you are thinking about somebody whom you've not spoken with for ages, and suddenly that person messages you. So this is also some power of the subconscious mind, means it was in your subconscious or in your thoughts, and hence you attracted this. Now, this book helps you to keep having a centered mind. Like your mind is going to be really calm, stable. You're going to make calculated decisions. You're not going to be angry. You're not going to be too agitated with things. You'll have a composed aura around you, and you'll make the right kind of decisions. So, do read this book. Now, Atomic Habits, I'm sure most of you must have read this book. Atomic Habits, we all have some good and bad habits. Some we are aware of, some we are not aware of. Now, this book helps you to change your habits. So, if you read this book, you'll realize that, okay, I have this bad habit which I keep doing and I want to switch it. And it's going to really help you the way you switch yourself into forming a beautiful shaped woman. Now, why I chose the book Startup to Exit? No, before you become an entrepreneur, before you even have the thought about it, do read this book Startup to Exit from the beginning to the end, how to build a startup and how to exit it. All the thoughts and theories are in this in a very simplified, simple English manner, which any layman can understand. The Lean Startup is again another book to read about businesses, about how to begin your startup, how to escalate your startup, um, and zero to one. Now the thing is that um, you know entrepreneurship is a journey from zero to one, one to two, like that. Now, Zero to One is a really great book to read because it will help you understand how to take your next step and how to be from essentially zero and then one and then maybe 100. Do read these books and give me the reviews about them. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn. You can reach out to me on Insta. You can reach out to me through my website. And now we are open for questions. I would want all of you to ask questions about anything. It's not just related to entrepreneurship. You can even ask me questions related to life or anything else. Has somebody raised hands? Why wouldn't you take a 9 to 5 job considering it's more safe and there is stability? Uh, the thing is that uh, I had 2 children when I had come to India, and you know, uh, not all 9 to 5 jobs have stability, and not 9 to 5 jobs can give you what you want. So for me, it was very essential. If I'm at a 9 to 5 job and the school calls me and says, "Hey, your kid is sick, you need to come and pick up your kid," or "Hey, the bus has broken down, you need to, essentially pick up your child from somewhere." How would I have done that if I'm in a 9 to 5 job? So I am very much stable now as well. It's been 11 years. It took me 2 years to um, essentially get full hands on with what I was doing. But I mean, it does take time for an entrepreneur to, set up things, etc. So for some people, sorry, 9 to 5 can be a stable thing, and at the end of the day, you are getting a salary. At the end of the month. For 2, 3 years as a youngster, you can do that. But at some point, uh, you know, you have to realize that um, you have to change somewhere if you're not comfortable with some. Of course, some people continue to be in that environment, but they are only glued to that department. So what happens is they are not exploring the other departments in the company, due to which they are not doing the networking properly. Not only this, they become really hard people because for them it becomes like a robotic thing. Going to work 9 to 5, coming back home, then talking about work only, and it just becomes their entire life instead of having other things in life. When you become an entrepreneur, there are other things that you can explore. You can actually travel and do your work. You can actually peacefully eat somewhere and do your work. So you have that peace of mind. So for me, because I already was a owner of a VC fund before, and I didn't know anything else besides finance, so I started this company called Convanto, and never wanted to get into a job role because I know what goes inside it essentially. Ma'am, how do you manage to stay motivated, like maintaining the discipline that is required? And after that, I couldn't wait, so I'm just writing this. Um, as an entrepreneur, and also in general, see, if you like somebody, I mean, not somebody, essentially, if you like something, that means if you like what you're doing, and you know that this business is giving you the returns, or something that is bringing you the satisfaction that you want, then you'll automatically want to do it every day. Um, but if you don't like something and you're into it, then what's going to happen is that you won't be able to stay motivated for long because you don't like what you're doing. So what keeps me motivated is, of course, my 2 children, and also that the fact that I love what I'm doing. So every day I find it really exciting to do new things, to discuss with new clients, to go for networking meets, to exchange thoughts with people, to give these sessions. All this is very I feel very enthusiastic about it. So hence this thing, and maintaining discipline is not difficult at all. See, when you're an entrepreneur, there's no timing for work. So what I did was that I thought that I will discipline myself a bit. I only work 10 to 6. I avoid working on as much as possible on Saturdays and Sundays. And I do take my breaks. So I take regular breaks where I'm traveling or I'm doing something that I like. So essentially, this is what I do. And like I said, read good books, do yoga, drink a lot of water, do your walks, interact with people, then of course life is very this thing. This work has got me success, so I really respect it and I honor it, and I look forward to do this work every day. Any other
Hello,
questions?
ma'am.
Yeah.
First of all, it was an amazing session, and I'm personally grateful that you gave good recommendations. So, I have two questions.
Yeah.
First would be in your initial stages, how did you deal with fear and doubt? Or maybe the point when you reached your saturation level?
See, fear and doubt is one thing that at some point it will always hit you. And self doubt is something that will hit you at some point or the other. There are people who are doing better than me. At some point, even I feel like, okay, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the wrong thing? Or should I be doing this? This will always hit us at some point. But that inner thing that tells you that keep going ahead, or there is something that guides you towards it, which tells you that you are on the right path, then you actually know that you're on the right path. Initial years, of course, I was fearful because I was a lady and I had two children, and there was so much to do, and we needed to earn, we need to set up the whole company, and there were so many things on the head. So uh, some days so what I would do is I would take one day at a time. I would not want to think, okay, everything and then, bombard myself. So I took one step at a time, one step at a time. And I actually came out of lot of fears. I had fears of speaking on stage on these sessions. I would get very scared. And when I started doing the sessions online and offline, I realized that I know I know a lot of things, but I'm just not believing myself. So it takes time for every individual to come out of it, and self doubt will hit you, even if you are doing everything fine. You think Shah Rukh Khan doesn't have self doubt. You think Mr. Ambani doesn't have self doubt. They might be having, but it's just that because of years of experience, and years of doing things and making your own decisions. Another important thing that I want to highlight is that you need to make your own decisions. What I see in the girls' families are that either their fathers are making decisions, or their brothers, or their boyfriends, or their husbands. The day you decide that you have to make a decision, you manage your own money, you decide what you want, and not others. So when you earn your own money, you can decide what you want. Then nobody will question you. But when you're not earning, there is a less chance that you will be able to make your own decisions. Very important for all girls to make your own decisions. And then also self doubt will hit you. It's not that it's a normal thing to have self doubt. It's not something abnormal. Fear is also normal. But it's just that you have to keep empowering yourself and come out of it all the time. Not just deep dive into it and then fall sick mentally. That's what the thing is. That's why I said do read the book, Power of the Subconscious Mind, because every time people will tell you that you're doing this wrong, that wrong, maybe you should do this, and then so many things go into your head. People around you are the people who actually discourage you the most to do things that you want to do. So when you hear so many thoughts around you, then sometimes you don't believe yourself, sometimes you don't want to take that step. But if you really believe in yourself and you take a leap to a certain step, you will see success after success happening. So I was just sitting one of the days about a few years back, and I just sat by myself and I realized that I I could I can and I was able to do everything. Nothing was impossible. It's just that because I was hearing so much from everybody and I was not listening to myself, that is when I was not able to achieve. But when I stopped doing that, I was able to achieve everything. So it's you have to listen to yourself. For being able to listen to yourself, you have to silence your mind, silence yourself, sit in a quiet place. I wouldn't say meditate or anything like that, but just be quiet and silent and observe the thoughts and what comes into you. So you need that quiet space, and sometimes you need to just empty your mind, like you have your mind is occupied by other people. You don't realize, but actually it is. But when you sit alone by yourself, you'll when you empty your mind, you'll realize that your true potential comes inside. At every nook and corner, there is self doubt and fear, and people you compare yourself with. So when you stop doing that and you only focus on yourself and nobody else, focus on your thoughts, your this thing, how you need to come out as a person, how you need to build your brand, build your everything, your work, etc. And then you'll see that um, when you do all this and not focus on things outside you and more inside you, the changes inside you helps align the things outside. This is what I have learned.
Thank you for answering, ma'am. My second question is, as I want to pursue entrepreneurship in future, I would really like to know how do you define success?
See, success is okay. So I will put it this way: that anybody who criticizes you is only doing so because they are doing less than you. So don't fall for it. Uh, I would define success as not only having, of course, people define success as having the amount of wealth you have, what you've achieved, etc. It's also about your behavior. If your behavior is really right, you have actually achieved 50% of the success in your life. It's very important to stay calm, not to get angry, not to revert to somebody. If you are even feeling to do that, you just walk away with grace. That is when, and you just being silent and the universe gives back. You don't have to give back to anybody, the universe will give it back. So I think it's very important, this mantra that uh, try to be as silent as possible, and any uncomfortable situation, it is always better to walk away with grace rather than having fights and being angry and doing things which are not acceptable. I think this is what I have learned. We need to be humble, we need to be grounded, because if we don't have the gratitude of what we have today, or if we are not humble enough, if we just put everything in our head, then I think that we won't reach the actual success. The first lesson is be humble, because anything that has come to you can be taken away also, and anything can happen anytime. It's very, very important to also have the right kind of behavior skills. You might be somebody, but if you don't have the right behavior skills, um, then I think you've lost the battle. So I think that is what I would feel.
Okay, I will. Awesome, dude. Never regret this. Okay, when the next monster comes along,
Any more questions coming up?
sending your giant foot body into a monster's crotch. This sucks, dude.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So if you have more questions, we'll take it up. You can follow me on Insta, otherwise LinkedIn, ask me questions there, write mails to me. I'm happy to answer. And I hope you all enjoyed the session. Do we have more questions coming up?
I don't think we have more questions, so I'll move forward with the vote of thanks.
Okay, sure.
So, on behalf of GirlUpGlow, I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to Ms. Vandana Tolani for her valuable contribution to our online speaker session. Your engaging insights and expertise made the session not only informative but also highly inspiring for all the participants. You have provided our audience with valuable perspectives that will undoubtedly benefit them in the field of entrepreneurship. We truly appreciate the time and effort you dedicated to preparing and delivering such a thought provoking session. And last but not the least, I would like to thank all those who joined and participated in this speaker sessions. Thank you.
Thank you so much and have a good day. Bye.
Thank you.
Shall I drop off now?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Richa, I think you can remove the other people.